Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to digitalage.com. Guys, if you like what I'm doing, then you can do me a favor. What you can do is you can go to youtube.com and there would be a slash, then write my channel name. That would be tutelage. The YouTube will redirect you to this particular page. You will see a guy sitting out here on the very left top. So don't worry about him. Just only worry about this particular subscribe button. Go ahead and click on the subscribe button. I can bet you it's only one step process. The moment you're gonna hit subscribe, you will be done. Okay. Now back to the work. Guys, what we would be doing is we would be creating an awesome contact form with Google Maps with Ajax and jQuery inline validation. If I say inline validation, that means whenever a user would be typing anything into an input field, they won't have to hit the submit button in order to see whether this field is validated for me or not. It would be done at the time they would be writing into the input field. Okay. Plus, we would be using a jQuery captcha. Okay, so we won't be using that PHP captcha and GD library to create an image for us. We would be using an awesome jQuery slider captcha. So first thing first, I would be opening my www folder, and here I would be creating a new folder with contact. Inside it, I would be creating some subfolders. The very first one would be a JS folder. The next one would be a CSS folder, images folder, and a libs folder. Okay, to keep our, I would say, PHP there. The next thing we need is would be our index file. Okay, index.php, or if you want, you can call it the content.php. And I'm going to open it with my text editor, and I'm going to start with very basic HTML markup. I'm going to change the title to Ajax contact form. Okay, and we're gonna save the link. I'm sorry, the style sheet link towards the CSS folder, and the file we're gonna create in a moment, that would be style.css, and there would be a reference to the jQuery file which is hosted by Google. So I'm not gonna host any file of jQuery out here. I'm just gonna give it a reference to the Google directory. Next thing we need is some basic HTML markup. So I'm going to start. I'm going to say div class colorful. Okay. Inside it, I'm going to having div ID header. Okay. Then I'm going to say div ID gmap. That actually would be Google Map. And up here would be div ID contact form. Okay. So just give yourself a note while writing your end content. There would be an gmap, and in the very last we would be saying end header. Okay, that's done. Next thing we need to do is I'm just gonna write a very simple heading out here. I'm gonna say edit power Google contact form. Okay, don't worry about the styling, we're gonna take care of it later. Next thing, guys, just go ahead and visit to google.com/maps and search for your location. So I'm gonna search for my place where I'm located. Okay. Okay, here am I. Then there would be this kind of a link icon on the very right hand side. Just hit that and get this iframe source from here where it says paste HTML to embed in website. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it from there. I'm gonna paste it here. Guys, next thing, there is some crappy markup that we don't even need. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start taking off from this small. Keep on doing it till this break tab. Okay, I'm gonna take it out. So come back and see whether we have got anything on our screen or not. So slash content, this Ajax powered Google Map, plus we have this particular map out here, okay, where it shows my address. Actually, not my address, the place where I'm located. If you guys want to be more specific, you can enter your address as well, and it will give you. But don't worry, if you want to make it more dynamic, then I'm going to show you later how to make it more dynamic. But for now, just go to Google Maps, search for your location, get the iframe source, and paste it to your HTML or PHP file. Next thing, guys, I would be creating a CSS file. Okay, so inside my CSS folder, I would be saying style.css. Okay, some basic markup to make sure that our page is rendering the same way in every single browser. If you people don't have this markup, you can go and search on Google for HTML5 default style sheet, and you're gonna get it and paste it to your file. Next thing, I'm gonna say main styles, start sphere. Then I'm gonna say body. Let's say background to white. Background to white. Next thing we need is color. That would be to render the platform. Next thing we need is the font size. And I'm going to say font size to 13 pixels. Font family, very important. I'm going to say Helvetica, Arial, and Sans. Sorry. All done with the body part. Close it here. Next thing we need is that we have a div with a class of colorful. So there's a div class colorful. I'm going to say width to 98% of the window size plus the margin to auto. That's what all we want. Okay. Next thing we need is div ID header. I'm going to say text align towards center and width to 800 pixels and margin to auto. Okay. Same thing goes for our map. But we're going to take this text align center kind of thing off because we don't have any text inside it. Next thing, guys, here it shows the width and the height of the iframe. So I'm going to say 100%, and the height would be 100% as well. And here I would be saying the height to 400 pixels and padding to, let's see, 20 pixels. Background color to a darkish gray. That would be EEE. And border to C8. Okay, let's come back, do it in the browser. Okay guys, this is what we have for now. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna just give it, some margin from the top as well. So I'm gonna say margin top to 20 pixels. And for the header, I'm gonna say font size to 16 pixels. Okay, now it seems pretty nice and pretty clean. Okay guys, this is the very basic markup for our map. Next thing, we need a div just down here on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is, that would be our actually contact page. So for this contact page, we would be creating some sub divs in order to keep our form elements there. So I'm going to say div ID, not actually div ID, div class form elements. Okay, first thing we need a label. I would be saying label for name. Then we need a input box. Saying input for text, input type text, I'm sorry. Name would be name, body would be method, and we're going to give ID attribute of name. Okay, the same way we can copy this. We go subject for a couple of times, or I'm going to say your email, copy institute. Next time we need a subject. Or if you want, you can actually write the URL of a website. All depends upon you. I'm going to say subject and an ID to subject. Next thing, we need actually a text area where they would be leaving the comments. So we don't need any input type for that. So text area, name would be comments. No rows and columns. We're going to take care of it with our CSS. And the ID would be comments as well. Yeah. That's all. And we need a different captcha. So I would be saying label for captcha. Okay, I would be taking this text area off. I'm gonna place in hidden input field very first. I'm gonna say input type hidden. Name would be equal to captcha test. Value would be equal to nothing, and ID would be equal to captcha test as well. Okay. Next thing we need is a div. Okay, I'm gonna say div ID captcha. Come back, refresh. Let's see how it looks. It's looking damn ugly, I know. Don't worry, guys. Then I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna say ID contact, and I'm gonna copy this entire markup from here, and I'm gonna take away this height kind of an attribute from here. Come back, refresh. So this is what we have till now. Okay, if you want, you can actually decrease the height from here. So let me say 300 pixels. Now it's looking even better. Guys, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say ID content class form elements. Okay, then ID content class form elements label and ID content class element input type equal to text. Okay, that's all we need. Come back, refresh the page, and now we're going to use our firebug in order to style it. Okay. So I'm going to drag it down here to the bottom. Okay, it's fine now. Then I'm going to go to the label. I'm going to say display it to a block. Okay, now that's how we need it. Next thing. Okay, guys. So we have a display to block. Let's say this one to a padding to 2 pixels. Then I'm going to say width to 250 pixels. Okay, increase the padding a bit. That's fine. Then I'm going to say border to 1 pixels solid gray. Okay, that's fine. Give it some margin top to 10 pixels. Margin bottom to 10 pixels. Okay, I believe that is fine. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it here. Again, we can increase the padding to 5. That's fine. Come back, refresh the page. Let's see how this looks. Down because I'm just saying this label to you. So I'm going to say display the block. Okay. Come back, refresh it. Close Chrome first. This is how it's looking right now. Next thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a out here, then I'm going to say text area. And then provide the same structure to text area. Okay guys, this is how it is. And here I can say margin bottom to 30 pixels. It will take some margin from the bottom and it will let us scroll the page. Okay guys, this is how it's looking right now. Next thing we need some kind of a span. I'm sorry, not span. Yeah, or might be a small fields from where we would be displaying the errors. Let's say if I'm entering my name as nothing and I'm going to move to a different input field, here it actually going to show me the actual, you know, the error, what error I have. The person will not have to hit the submit button. The errors would be next to the field. Okay, I believe it makes sense. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to say span. Okay, then I'm going to say this field is white, just to see where it's actually right. So here it says this field is required. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. I'm going to say class form elements span. Okay, I'm going to say font size to 12 pixels. Okay, that's fine. Let's say float towards the left. Is that fine? No, that's not fine. I'm not sure about it. Let it be the place where it is right now. And guys, next thing we need is switch the colors, or probably the backgrounds, depending upon whether it's valid or not. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to create two different classes. Okay, I'm going to say class error and would be the class success. So what we would be doing if there would be an error, we would be adding the class error to our span. Let me give you an example. I'm going to say color red, color green. Okay, if I'll come back, if I say span class to red, refresh the page. Actually, not red. That would be red. Refresh it again. Here it said this field is required. If I'm gonna say success, refresh again. It change it to the green color. Okay, so we won't be doing it obviously with the HTML. We have to do it with the jQuery in order to find out whether this field is validated or not. If it is, then we're gonna use jQuery to change the text inside it, and then we will have to add the appropriate classes to it. Okay, so for now there won't be any text, there won't be anything inside this pan, and we can actually copy it for a couple of times. So I'm going to copy it here, copy it here. Next thing we need is a final submit button. So paste it here. Let's say there's no need for a label. I don't need all this. This instead. So that's input. Type to submit. Name to be submit. Value would be equal to submit. And ID will be equal to submit. Okay, this is how it's looking right now. Don't worry about it, guys. We're gonna start the entire form. Now, like, people would be thinking why I don't have the form attributes out here on the top, though we are creating a form. Because, guys, we won't be using any PHP directly in order to validate this form. We are using it through Ajax, so it hardly matters whether you have the form attribute or not. We're not going to use it. We'll be using Ajax and jQuery to do it for us. Okay, guys, so I believe this is all for this particular video. I'm going to show you how to validate this form, how to add that particular slide or captcha in the next video. And don't worry, I'm gonna make it very soon. I'm not gonna take a lot of time on it. So see you guys next time.